something that all of us have feared, the mayor urging people to stay calm and to stay peaceful, and particularly tonight, asking people on the scene of this shooting to please go home because what they're doing is not helping their city.
Oh, now the leadership is telling you to go home. So not when people who are trained to fight law enforcement, like Renee Good and the group she works with, after she was shot, you didn't think it was a good idea to tell these idiots to go home. You told them it was a good idea to just stay out in the cold with your cameras as if that's supposed to scare someone. Newsflash, if you rob a bank, but you're videotaping the police that show up to arrest you for robbing a bank, it will not stop them from arresting you for robbing the bank. You're still committing a crime. Just because you have a camera out does not mean you're going to be able to sue, claim racism, or pretend that you're a victim. You're still a criminal. Obstructing police business is and has always been a criminal act. It's just that we never had to tell people because nobody was dumb enough to try and fight with the police for doing their job. Now, when it came to black drug dealers, white killers, Asian rapists, or it doesn't matter the race, no one was ever out there trying to stop the police from arresting criminals until now. These illegals are in this country illegally. They've overstayed their visas. They were given citizenship naturalization using fraud, but they're also criminals in the United States. Means that they now have to be deported. Nobody was enforcing immigration laws. Deportation was the rule of the land until the last administration. Obama, Clinton, Bush, everybody deported millions. But now that Trump's reinforcing and turning that back on, it's an issue. We will never allow criminals to run this country. That's not going to happen. I don't care how many whistles you blow. I don't care how many Black Panthers with their guns that you think that are going to threaten us. We'll wipe them all. We will delete them all. We have in the past. We'll do it again. Why force us? Comply. That's comply and die. What kind of demand is that in a free country? A normal one. There's no country you can go to and say, I'm not complying with anything, but expect to live. Not in this country either. It's no different than any other country on earth. And if there is a country that's going to allow that, why aren't you there right now? What are you wasting your time for here? Get to stepping. But you're not going to survive if this is the game you want to play. Minnesota won't protect you. Neither can small fry. Neither can the tampon. Nobody's going to be able to stop the men and women of law enforcement from protecting our country from the criminals. And if you support them, then the criminals that are like you.
And it's not helping their, as he called them, undocumented neighbors. Let's head back out to Joe McCoy, who's been watching the situation unfold all evening. Joe?
Julie, I want to show you some of the destruction that is out here. We believe that this is a federal vehicle because you can see the police lights here and also these police light bar here and these plates, out-of-state plates from Virginia. But this is what protesters did to this federal vehicle. They spray painted it. Every single window has been busted open. Things have been stolen out of the car. You can see things strewn across the street. We have clothes, deodorant, Cliff Bars.
This is far from a protest. This is not protected by the First Amendment. This is not peacefully assembly. This is an escalation. This has to be met with force. You cannot expect to break into the cars of law enforcement and live. You're forfeiting your life, not only your freedom, you're forfeiting your life, but if you survive, then you're going to be forfeiting your freedom. There's no way you can do this and attack law enforcement in our vehicles and then think you're going to just go home, go to bed, wake up the next day and, go on with your life, go play basketball, go to the store, go have lunch. Like, that's not the case. Once you cross that line, you're on the other side for good. There is no coming back from this.
This is the first time, Julie, we have seen any destruction from tonight, but protesters completely dismantled what appears to be the vehicle of a federal agent, and they even spray painted inside the hood of the car here, Julie. I heard Ryan mention that a car was damaged, and this appears to be the one. I don't know if there's any other vehicles that have been damaged here, Julie, but this one, they clearly were either using some object to smash the windshield here. They smashed the windows. They wrote profanity on the side of the car here. Here is just some aftermath of what transpired here tonight, Julie.
So that is a stunning image, and it just
Actually, I have video of one of the cars that they broke into, a federal vehicle. I'll just go ahead and play it for you guys. Let's see here. It's on my other page. It's on the Rico Limbaugh Instagram page. Take a look. Mind you, you are going to see a lot of the 13% and a lot of the gay community. That's the only people that are out here, the 13 and the gays. Nobody else. That is a police, that's a safe that is inside of a police car that has been removed with rope and chains and using another vehicle. Inside of that safe are weapons. They just took a weapons cache from a federal vehicle that they have attacked and looted in Minneapolis. There's no law enforcement. It is complete lawlessness and mayhem. Do you understand the message that this is sending to other people, knowing that they can go to these cities and get away with anything they want and there will be no response from law enforcement? This is going to create copycats. Hiring the George Floyd lawyer to try to sue the city to get money for a domestic terrorist will hire copycats. This footage is going to create others that are going to believe they can do the same and get away with it because they can for now. We're going to have to drop the hammer. We're going to have to make examples. We cannot allow this to continue because then we could lose the entire state in our country to lawlessness. And if we don't have laws, we don't have law enforcement, all we have is chaos, then what? Then where do our kids live? Who pays the bills? What if everything gets turned off? These people are not thinking ahead. They're not thinking ahead. They don't have a history of thinking ahead. They're the 13. They have no history of thinking whatsoever. What do you want to do? You want to lose everything or do you want to keep everything? There's only two ways this can go. Are you going to give in to the mob or are you going to fight back? I choose to fight. And again, there's no law enforcement. There's no backup. There's nothing. They can do whatever they want right now.
I do think I'm big in the program. That's why I don't have tolerance for anything. Because
and the anger of those protesters, over your shoulder, it looks like they're still letting off fireworks behind you. The chief of police had said that people were firing those fireworks at agents. So certainly a bit of a scene there, but even just by looking at that car, nothing like it was a couple hours ago. Seems very quiet by you as well.
This is another video, and it says, America, I can't read it, but this is another vehicle that they've ransacked. It says, America, it says only good agent is only good agent is dead agent or something like that. But as you can see, there's no police. There's no one to stop these illegals or the 13 from just doing whatever they want and going crazy. Remember, this is a proxy war and they're using these people to attack their political enemies. And we're just in the middle. Are we going to let this happen around the country? Are we going to just give up certain cities? Or are we going to take our cities back by force? To be honest with you, this is war. Now, problems like this that are this widespread with the ideology, You can't arrest your way out of this. History has shown us that. This means we can no longer coexist. Take that how you would feel. America, land of the obey or die. That's every fucking country. You go to Canada, you're going to obey their rules, or their law enforcement will kill you. You go to the UAE, they'll kill you. You go to Mexico, they will kill you. Go to Brazil, go to Colombia. You run afoul of law enforcement, every country reserves the right to kill you if you don't obey and comply with their laws. The same thing goes for the United States. We are not unique in that sense. These are people who think that under no circumstances should you arrest anybody who's black. Under no circumstances, even if it's a mass shooter, you should never shoot anybody who's black. That's what the message is. They don't want you to defend yourself against the 13. That's their army. That's their military. That's their frontline attack dogs. That's who they need for this revolution or for whatever they're trying to do against our government. The problem is with the 13, they don't have a backup system that's superior in place. Do they have the results in their continent to show that they know what they're doing? They do not. They come here and then they steal from us. But while their country and their economies are in shambles, none of these people can replace anything that we have currently with anything better. We must maintain what we have. And turning a blind eye out of fear of this happening is not a solution. What you're doing is kicking the can and only delaying the inevitable. That's why we must nip this in the bud right now. We cannot allow this to keep going further. Not only are we losing the narrative, but we're creating a sense of where it's not safe anymore in these American cities because of the mobs. If you wear a hat that they don't like the MAGA hat that I'm wearing, or a shirt, or if you're just white in general and you're not gay, these people will come after you and try to kill you. How is that for being American? Just because some of them have citizenship and were born here, it doesn't make them Americans. And I'll be honest, if a war started right now with the Russians, you have to ask, well, what side would these people be on? You think they'd be here trying to protect the United States? Never. You think people like this, if enemies invaded our country right now, do you think they would be on our side defending the country? Or would they join the foreign armies and literally help them find patriots to exterminate? They would fight against us in a war. These are people in our borders, speak our language, have citizenship here, would literally fight with the enemies against us, and we would protect them based on the First Amendment? Bullshit. I call bullshit. Apparently, this appears to be the vehicle from the news reporter that he was covering, that where they spray painted the engine. Like a bunch of chimps when they discovered fire. They are banging on a box and they're kicking it, hoping that it will open. And you think we can go back to just living next door with these people? You think we can put them in jail and them spending 5-10 years in there when they get out is going to make them better? It's going to change them. They're going to want to get jobs, have kids, pay bills, pay taxes, buy appliances. You think they're going to want to assimilate and become actually, even though they live in America, you think they want to be Americans? You're mistaken. They cheer for everything against this country. They want to see this place burn with them in it. And even though they don't have anywhere else to go, they don't care. And you think we can just go back to just, oh yeah, we elect a Democrat president and everything can just go back to normal? You think we can just go back to living next door to these monsters? Hey, Edward, what's up, bro? I'm glad you're here. You got to see this.
Break the law.
Yo, it's this right here. It's this right here. Hey, we got a hammer.
I mean, I just wish that we could take the gloves off, but they're going to use that image against us. And I'm not sure if how many people would buckle and say, okay, we surrender to the mob. We could never do that. But we can't. If these people want to have gun battles, if they want to sit here and throw explosive incendiary devices at our law enforcement and destroy vehicles that have our equipment and steal our weapons, how is this not a war? And are we supposed to not fight back because we're worried about the optics? We're worried about them shaming us. They've already shamed us. They've already declared that they hate us and they want us dead. They literally wrote, the only good ICE agent is a dead ICE agent. Like, what are we talking about here? This is a non-negotiable at this point. The hammers must come down. These journalists must leave and the fighting must start. You know, if you want to stay in the way, you've seen all the journalists killed in Israel. No one's batting an eye. If that starts happening over here, it's going to be this huge issue and everyone's going to make a big deal about it because they want to shame Trump out of office because he's doing the right thing for this country. The people who hate this country do not want to see the right thing being done to ensure our longevity. We have to pick a side. Like the channel, subscribe to the page, like the video, put me into the algorithm. It helps me build it up. Share it with everybody you know. Everyone needs to see these videos. Everyone needs to hear what I'm saying. This is happening right now in our country, not far from where all of us live. And this could be our cities next. I mean, not here in Texas, but in the other parts of the country. It can happen. Well, not in Florida or Tennessee, but in other parts of the country, it is and will happen. I think some of us are going to have to sign up. You know, me talking on the internet, it's helping, but we can't lose our country. We just can't. Yeah, so you're not too far. So you know where Philadelphia is. We already have ICE agents, and that the little Oompa Loompa, the little black bitch, she's already threatening our agents in Philadelphia. So that this is going to be the scene in these cities. If this is going to be a war for our country, then so be it. Because if we lose these big cities to lawlessness, then eventually these people are going to turn on themselves. But what's going to happen in the meantime? This is if another country decides that this is the perfect time to attack the United States, these protesters, these agitators, these anti-American domestic terrorists, they would join and fight against us American patriots with this invading army. These people are our sworn enemies. They would literally fight against America. Even the ones that are citizens, we have to get them out of here. They have to go. I'm seeing Somalians out there so that they can keep frauding us, keep our money, keep stealing from us. And Americans that are making nothing from this or defending them. Fuck that. Fuck this entire premise. We can't allow this. It's America first and America only. And these people are not America. They're here, but they're not Americans. They're here to bring this country down and destroy it. And they brag about it openly. It's a mass formation psychosis, a delusion of fear. But we're going to have to install real fear to keep this from happening over and over again. The rule of law must be paramount. Law and order must be restored. Without it, we have chaos, and you cannot raise children and build families in chaos. We need children. We need our families so that this country can thrive. We got to do what we have to do. And trust me, there's going to have to be some eggs that must get cracked to make an omelet. And you might have to crack some heads too. Like and subscribe, share the video, push me into the algorithm. I appreciate you guys for all tuning in on these different platforms. Rule of law, exactly. The rule of law must be restored. And right now it is broken in these cities. We have to do something. We got to fight back. I'll be back on with another topic in about 20 minutes. Remember, America first, America only.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.